Are we rolling? What's in that?
We're on.
What's in that smoothie?
It is
That looks really good.
so good. Do you want to try it?
Well, I'll take a little side sip.
Are you
because
sick?
I kind of sound it. No,
I think you said that last time, and
You got me sick one time while I was here.
you're one of those annoying people who like actually is always sick, and you're like, oh, I've had this cold for 2 years, and
I don't know which one of you it was, but
was me.
I got sick pretty bad.
for sure, Lanny.
I'm really sorry. All this cute
He did
saliva
that with
on
her
this
kids
mic.
too. Like I think Wesley took a sip of something while we were away, and you're like, "Don't worry, he's had this cold for like 5 years." And then I came
Guys,
home.
I cannot fight the snot. My son, my baby boy Jones, has been born with a runny nose since the day he was born. And now, we do the whole nose suck thing. I tried my best, but I'm
you still do that?
You know what? Yeah, I do.
So
He can't blow his own
Ryan,
nose.
who does not know what the nose suck is.
Yeah, it's this long tube. Okay, it's got it looks like a test tube, and then there's a suction thing with a filter on the end. And what you do is you put the long tube. It's got a very small hole at the end of it, up the baby's nose, and then hold the baby's head in place as you suck out the snot.
Hey, can we just say also Jones is like 3. He is not a baby.
The snot goes into this thing, but because of the filter, it does not go into your mouth.
That's actually not is it?
And I feel like I've seen people go right up with their nose, like people that are trying to be like dramatic.
Now, is it like a permanent fix or is it
It's
just
they can't blow their nose, or they're just like incapable because they're babies, and you just have to get it out, or it's going to continuously running. So you're trying to get all the snot that's like sitting up here. So it's like it reduces maybe like 3 Kleenex wipes.
Because what
Gives
you'll
you like a half an hour.
soon find out within the next month or two is I have the worst May, June allergies of all time. So
Oh,
I spend
God.
2 months just
Blowing your nose.
blowing my nose and sneezing nonstop.
So maybe Sarah should do the.
Yeah, maybe I'll get Sarah over here and she'll
Sounds like you need some Claritin.
Yeah.
So that, but you won't. When you have allergies, it's confusing. Maybe I have allergies. Isn't this allergy time? Maybe this is why I
Yeah,
sound.
it could start.
No, I just sound like this because I went out last night. Let's be real.
Where did you go?
2 of my friends came in, and a girlfriend from Toronto. They took me out for
Your birthday.
my birthday. Yeah. It was obviously, we have very different birthday energies this year. Very
did you go?
different. I just went to Buka in Yorkville, which is a
Oh,
classic.
nice.
I've been to a few classics. I went to Yoso's the other night. There's just now, I'm kind of going back. I'm a little bit over all the trendy things. I feel like I
Right.
just can't keep up anymore. And sometimes you try, I don't like foofy restaurants. A lot of them are like Aloe's not my vibe. I just don't like fancy restaurants. So I'm now just sticking to the classics like Soto Soto.
Buka Yorkville is quite fancy. I don't think fancy is the word.
Okay.
It's
Well, you know what? Okay,
you
true.
don't like fussy food.
Fussy food. I'm not a fussy gal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like fussy food. And I don't like caviar. People just eat that to be assholes.
There's now this trend I just saw.
I've
It's
actually never
you,
tried it.
you put caviar in like a Dorito.
That's just mixing too much. That's what are you even trying to do? I don't get that. Like a nacho flavor.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
you're like your dad. You're a simple gal when it comes to food.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, they took me out for a little birthday dinner, which is nice. My friends are incredible. So even though I'm I don't want to do anything for my birthday, this is just there's a lot going on for me. It's not a year. I'm celebrating a year because I feel great and I'm making good decisions for myself, and that's exciting. But this is just not my birthday year. I turned 38. It's a loser year. What?
Right.
That's nothing special. Meanwhile,
When's your birthday?
it just passed.
What?
What?
I didn't wish you a happy birthday.
Well, there you go.
So I think the problem is when you're not on social media, which we're kind of not right now,
Mhm.
no one knows your birthday. I got a few calls, which is totally fine. I'm not one of those people who care at all. But I actually, I'm lying. I actually did care.
You missed the IG love.
I miss the IG love when people are like, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Love
normally
you.
I would do a really nice post for you. I'd
Yeah.
be I know it's
I miss the IG attention.
I can still do that for you. I just won't post it. You want
It's
me to?
okay. You know what? Tony did a really nice grid post. There was me with an egg and me.
Oh God! So she recapped your year.
She
pretty well.
recapped my year with an egg. I was like, this is literally my legacy. But I do miss. People don't know. People have no clue.
Well,
it's your
there's the
birthday. Find it on
weirdos that are on
IG.
the Facebook people still that
Just gonna say.
there's that person that has the notifications. They see it every day and they write you. There will always be, there's 4 people that I'm not that close with that'll always write me on my birthday because I know they're the Facebook fuckers that are and I'm like, wow, to be someone like that, to be that person that you would log into Facebook every morning just so it's a really nice thing. I'm not even shitting on it. Like that's such a thoughtful thing to do.
If they're on Facebook, they're probably automatically logged in though. I don't think they have to physically, like you're on IG. They're not like typing in their login information every morning.
Okay, Ren, but still like when's the last time you've been to Facebook?
Don't go to Facebook.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't go to
Facebook. It's
a
generational thing too. It's like our parents.
Well, and I feel like that's how young people are with TikTok. They're like, you're still on Instagram. Like they're on TikTok. It's different.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook was the only way you could know it was someone's birthday for a while.
Totally.
I axed my Facebook like a year ago.
You just totally got rid of it.
Because I grew, like I was like 12, 13 when Facebook like started.
Yeah.
And if you go back into like my memories
Oh, it's
and the
creepy.
posts
Right.
with my...
Even like when you look
We're
back
old.
at your first like Instagram
It's you with your
post,
bong.
you're, like,
It's you with your knapsack and your
No,
bong.
it was even before that. Like
a
it was
blurry
like,
picture of you and
I
like
was
your
like
dog
12
and like
writing very inappropriate things on people's
I am
walls.
dad. Like what? Like
I can't even
suck a
say
D,
it.
bro. Let's go.
Yeah,
stuff
like yeah, it was awful. Just
who cares? Like you had no limitation. You didn't realize it was going on in the world
we were
that
like,
bad
I was
forever.
like 12.
Yeah.
Like we had no idea what was
You
going
were
to
kind
happen.
of treating it like an ICQ chat.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
I was at the end of
Or
MSN. Like I
you
had
didn't even have
MS
ICQ. Oh,
No.
you're a bit bad.
Yeah, ICQ is a great one.
No, I ended with MSN.
My flirting game was hard on ICQ. Okay.
How old were you when you were on ICQ? Because I remember, I think in university I was still on ICQ.
I was in it for
Facebook
high
was
school.
just launched in university, and ICQ was like end of high school, first year university.
I was still fucking with ICQ in high school. I remember I had a boyfriend that we met. He was like, he moved across the street from me, Alejandro. And he'd be like, I like would see him because my window was looking at the back of his house.
Okay.
And we literally would talk through like ICQ. I'd be like, see that you're home. I'm like, it was like our modern, instead of having like a can to be like, not that our houses were actually that close. It was
like you guys were pervy with each other. What's that movie with it's like the blonde girl and Kevin Spacey, and she like stares at her neighbor.
Ew, beautiful. My life is beautiful. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
With the rose, and she's like,
okay, so going back to the birthday thing, because I feel like this is what I do now, is I put it in my calendar and do a year reminder.
that's really good. I started to doing that with close friends because like that's an asshole move to forget your close friends' birthdays. And the thing that I'm realizing is that, okay, we're back. I like, unlike you, truthfully, if I didn't hear from a handful of my best friends on my birthday, I don't think I would care. Like actually, because it just doesn't like, but what I've realized that not everyone is like me. Like you would care.
Yeah, I like care and I don't. I care and I don't. It's like a little
Like
care.
if my like dad and my mom forgot my birthday, I'd be upset.
I
but,
feel
like,
bad I didn't wish you a happy birthday now.
You do.
Yeah.
I see, don't care at all.
Like how would you know? You would never know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it was your
It
birthday.
doesn't make you feel better that I'm telling you, I give zero shits.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit either.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. So then I
someone who
wouldn't.
does care. That's like,
Hey, here's a question. How do you feel about the call versus a text of a good friend?
Don't care. My
I think
good
a
friend.
text is enough.
Yeah.
From a good friend.
Guys,
How
me and my
good, like,
friends
a
at
really good
birthdays
friend.
still get a piece of cake, and I cringe. There's one group of friends that I go out with. We still get the cake and we sing, and I'm like, we're 40. Can we stop doing this? And we still send the picture, like of the friend with the cake.
Cute.
You know, listen, I die for my friends, but it's just girls. Let's grow up. We're women now. Why are we doing this? It feels
We're
weird.
women?
Like, I guess that goes back to it. I don't want the attention on me. And like, I went out for dinner recently, and there was so many birthdays. I was at Yoso's, and they're like, every birthday there was a very big deal.
It's a big deal.
They
shut
turn down
off
the lights.
Yeah.
They turn up on the music, and there was like 5 birthdays. I was like so triggered.
And they always play the same
And
song.
she's like, "This is not for you." I'm like, "Thank God. Thanks for knowing your audience." I would have like,
oh, they didn't do it.
no. They
Oh,
told
see,
me-
I would have felt weird if it was my birthday dinner and I'm at that restaurant and that happy birthday.
Or it's go shawty. It's your birthday. They always play that for the young
right,
ones. And
right.
Then,
I've been like, oh, I don't care. And then I probably would have come home and cried.
yeah.
But just kidding. I wouldn't do that anymore because I'm mature now.
Anyways, let's talk.
You're 40.
You're 40. Well,
the big
we are
40.
celebrating you this year, and I'm into it. I'm very into celebrations of other people, especially you, because this is a big year.
It's a big year.
And I feel like what after 40, what's another like fifth? It's every 10 years is a big
Every
one.
decade's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
40 is weird
45
because I
is
feel like
lame.
when you're like in your 20s, like 40 seems so old.
That scares the shit out of me.
Well,
What?
you're
Honestly,
still a baby though.
30 scares me because I'm 28.
Oh God. I'm such a baby, so young.
Your 30s.
I liked my 30s. Might have had a different experience.
We had a little. No, there's lots of for women in their 30s. It's like a very like selfless time if you're starting a family. So it just for me, it was like in those. It's just a hustle. It's like this life isn't about you anymore. This is like you're focusing on having kids, being with a partner, all those types of things. It's like your grow up years. They're not necessarily the most fun. Like you go from like university or college and like, having not a care in the world, then to like finding your careers, which I feel like people are doing now a little bit later. And then it's just like life is serious. Get a job, have a family. And like that's just like a lot. But then you kind of get out of those like beginning years. And 40, it's like all your kids are school. This year, all your kids are going to be in camp for a month. Like that's like that freedom to have that. That's like you dream of that on like your sleepless nights when you're with your baby. Like when will I ever be at that point where all my kids are just out and you're going like on a month-long escapade?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Listen, I think when you're in your late 20s, it's all the pressure of like, if you're doing this, marriage, kids, career, like it comes at you. And then I feel like my last few years of my 30s was like a really good, like my kids were all older. They're all in school. Like it was less and less of a shit show.
I remember, but now that we actually have to like slow down, it's so interesting. Like I'm trying actually this new type of therapy, which I heard about. I was like, I've never done something like this. So I listened to, as we know, the Foster's podcast.
Yeah.
And there was an episode on DBT.
Yeah.
DBT.
Okay. So I know they talk about this, but what does that stand for?
It's dialectical behavior
therapy.
And it's kind of, I'm going to do, I think, a bad job of explaining it, but it's instead of, it helps you in the moment control certain behaviors that you want to change. So whereas like general, like I spoke to my other therapist. So now I have two therapists.
Right.
But I spoke to my other therapist and I just like, I speak to her for an hour and like I throw up. It's like, this is everything that's happened in the week. Like help me just like navigate through my thoughts. Like how are we feeling about this, that type of thing. It's kind of like this accountable best friend that like is trained to just like help me navigate that. But this is more just like, okay, what are the behaviors that you're doing that you like, that you don't like? Let's understand why you're doing them specifically. And let's try to figure out how to incorporate some change into that. Whether it's like an episode where you had last time, someone has extreme anxiety or depression and they want to be able to physically, change that circumstance. They want to be able to walk into a party and not get angst. Anxious. And so there's certain strategies that you have to actually do and to physically and mentally get you out of that stage. So that's kind of what that therapy is. It's like behavioral therapy. So
okay.
It's a little bit like, I don't know if it's like applicable for everyone, but I think for me, there's certain things in my life that I was like, I feel like I could be doing this more efficiently. Or if I wasn't doing that, that might be, these types of behaviors. Or, I'm on anti-anxiety meds. I've been on them for a few years now and they're fine. But like being on meds is also one of those things like, do you always want to be on meds? I don't know. It's like, I was going through some stuff. It's definitely helped even me out, but like, I don't know if that's like my lifelong goal.
Right.
So like if there's ways for me to control like certain things on my own, I think that's super cool and empowering. So I had like the first session.
And so you obviously have to be aware of the behaviors that you're doing that you want to change.
I think, yes. I think that you have to, it's kind of like not goal oriented, but yeah, you have to kind of, that it might not be the right treatment for you if it's not behavioral acts that you're looking to kind of shift is what I understand.
Right.
But those could be a general or as specific as you want. Like I feel like anyone could apply it to their life because there's always things for somebody that are going to be triggers or angst or provide that type of,
Yeah.
So I don't really know. But what happened is on the Foster podcast, I heard a guest that was like all specializing in Erin's done the type of like strategy before.
Yeah.
Or technique before. And she just like, she was explaining it. I'm like, this sounds really cool. And at the end of the episode, which we're now starting to do, she linked the therapist and she goes, I'm obviously in New York or LA. I think she was in LA. She's like, but if you want people in your city, like let me know and I will put you in touch with like DBT specialists in your city. So I reached out to her and I was like, hi, I'm in Toronto. Like I just listened to your podcast. Like who would you recommend? And she put me in touch with this woman.
This was Erin's
therapist, the specialist. Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Isn't that cool? I was just like, I never like reached out. Like I didn't even think that she was maybe going to respond. She's like this big, anyway. So she put me in touch with this woman in Toronto.
We can link her too.
And I obviously just started, but I just think it's like there's so many types of things you can do now.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I put you in touch with that's what I got you
this?
for your birthday. It's
like,
a Reiki specialist.
Okay, so tell me what this is. I also have to change my appointment.
So
every time.
I knew you were going to do it. I was like, well, I'm just going to book you in because we
I'll
have
just do it.
that
I'll
shared
just change it,
calendar.
yeah.
So I could see your calendar. And I'm like, I'm just
I've
going to do
also
it.
Stop with the shared calendar.
Have you?
Well, because
I kind of like it.
I know you do, but the thing is, like, is it just for me and you? Because we used to have a shared calendar with the team, and I was like, I'm not putting in all my shit. You know, I started having code words for the things I was doing. And like,
I know. It's like colonic on Tuesday at 10. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, like, no, lying. Laney's going to Zara. Like, like, I just didn't want. So, just to be clear, is it just between you and I?
I think
Because
it's just between you and me.
so now I've started because my automatic, like when you make a calendar event, and it was like the default was the Annie and Ren email. And now I feel like I've been changing it. I don't think you know my calendar at all.
I'll check. I don't know
check.
offhand. But anyways, so I had this lunch with this girl, and it was set up through this is like so random. It was set up through a mutual friend.
Sketch. Okay.
Well, it does sound sketch. Anyways, it's a new friend who was like raving about this Reiki place. She's like, I don't believe in this. This is not my kind
What
of thing.
is Reiki?
So I think Reiki is all about energy. So it's kind of like clearing blocked energy in your body to help you kind of like get through shit, which I'm like, who doesn't have that?
Could use that in my like stomach.
Well, it sounds like you do actually need a colonic maybe.
I had a rough morning, to be honest. I'm a very consistent person. I'm not embarrassed also. Like, I really think like my grandma was such a lady. Like,
Hey, let me finish this before you start talking about your like
fine.
your like bowel
fine.
movement schedule.
go. Reiki, yes. Good for
Okay,
keeping
so
us-
anyways, so she
I was like, my grandma never farted once in public.
she actually did it.
I know.
She
And it's
did
like
it.
my lifelong dream to be as like much of a lady as her.
God, mine was the opposite. I'd be like in Winners with her and she'd be like, Lauren. I'm like, Grandma. And I don't think she knew what was happening. And she's British. And I feel like that's not her legacy,
Yeah,
is
like,
not to fart in
no,
public.
Like, love it.
Anyways, wait. Okay, we've digressed. Okay, the Reiki. So anyways, this woman is not into this. She's like, so I went and she's like, I literally have never felt.
You or her?
She did.
Okay.
She was like, you have to go and try it. You know me. I'll try anything.
Yeah, you're the easiest target in life.
Easiest target. Anyways, so I book it. So I
Explain
go.
the whole thing. I want to hear it all.
So I walk in. First of all, it's like the woman who owns it is so lovely. She laid out flower petals at the front door. I know. I was like, and I'm not.
Okay, but if you're going into a Reiki thing, you have to like go into.
You have to go into
Like
it.
you're not.
So-
you're not judging the circumstances. You're like, I'm here.
And I literally have no idea what to expect. All I know is I might feel a bit lighter after. So I go in and then we go to the back and I sit down on the couch. And she's like, before we get started, like just kind of talk to me about like what is going on in your life.
Oh,
Okay. So I
where
don't,
did you start?
well, I don't know, where did I start? So I don't have a therapist. I saw a therapist probably 15 years ago. So it's been a while since I've talked to someone outside of
Your
friends,
husband,
family,
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
I start talking and I literally start bawling.
Oh my God, the energy.
The energy.
Or also just like you haven't had a therapist. You probably just thought.
Maybe I was like, where is this even coming from? And she was like, sometimes, like, she's like, it happens really often.
What's she
People
gonna
just
say?
like,
I'm kidding. This is normal.
she's like, I've never seen it before. You freak, get the fuck out
Okay,
of here.
but like it was something that was triggering that you were talking about that made you upset, or
It
was
was
just
just
like the
talking about-
overwhelming, like
I don't even know what it was. Like, it wasn't even the specific thing and I said to her, I was like, I don't even know why I'm crying right now. And she was like, because I think I had all this blocked energy, like things I was just holding in. And she was like, I can literally see in your throat. She was like, my throat was tight because of all this blocked energy you have here.
move your hand.
I know I'm like choking myself. Well, you're not a Reiki specialist. I don't think you could see
Vader
it.
too.
I think she went to school for this.
Does look a little veiny.
Looks a little tight. Anyways, she then pulls a card. She's
Card?
like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the card, which I can't actually remember.
Sorry, and also just like how much did you tell her about? You're like, I have 3 kids. I like having
She's not
sex with my husband.
She's not a psychic. Like, she's not going to be like, oh, I see,
Like, you
like,
have a rock. This is a rock card and a sword and a
yeah, no, she's not
knight.
like that. It's more kind of like things are on your mind. So I talked about like work stuff, like just some personal stuff, whatever it is. And then
Does she touch you?
she touches you when she starts the Reiki. Yeah, you're fully clothed. But
Lying
anyway,
down?
she pulls this card, and the
Okay, sorry,
card
yeah.
was just something about, it was a very positive card. And I was like, are all the, actually, no, sorry. She didn't pull the card. She's shuffling and she's like, I'm going to pull a card for you. This card flies out. Okay. No, it
so gimmicky. This is a magic show.
no.
Okay, this is a magic show now. Okay, a card flies out And then a bunny jumps out of her vagina.
No, the card flies out, and it was just this card that was all about kind of like starting fresh and new. And I was like, oh, all these cards. It was just
Say this.
no, literally. I was like, it was very specific to what we had just talked about.
I don't love that. I don't love that at all.
And I was like, are all the cards in here positive? And she goes, no. And I'm like, it's just.
Do you believe her?
Obviously, I did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And anyways, it was just.
Okay, so
then she also mentioned a very specific month that was a really big turning point
in your life and when everything happened.
Yeah.
She was like in November.
Literally.
When did this all happen?
No, she was like, I know November was a really
for you. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting 6 sessions for my sister-in-law. I was like, what the fuck? It was really weird. And then I laid down on a table and she like does this thing to like release, like feel where the energy blocks are and release the energy.
Okay. Listen, I'm all for trying new things. I'm literally not shitting on anything. If that works for some people and it feels lighter, I feel like half of that's probably like why I had a crystal, you know, it's like in your head a bit. Like if that makes you feel good.
Maybe not. Well, I got you a bunch of sessions. So you're going to go and you can. That's what I got for your birthday. I got you a package.
Oh my, how much was a package?
I like 3 or 4.
Can I transfer the package to someone else? Like to you, I'm just saying, like, what if I don't like it?
Do one.
No, of course I'll do one.
And
what
then
if
tell
I
me.
just, yeah, but it seems like you're into it. So
I'm just open to it. I don't really know.
So did you feel lighter after she
I did
those
feel
things?
lighter, and you
How
go
long
back.
did that last for?
Like the session?
The lightness.
I don't know.
Kind of feels like a lymphatic massage.
It's like a couple days and then done.
Couple days. You got like an hour with that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
oh, don't have water or eat. I'm like, I get this is good for your system, but it's like I will look this good for 1 minute.
Yeah, that's true.
But so, and I listen, blood flow. I'm into that shit.
But that I think over time makes a difference.
That's what they say. All these people trying to make money. I'm kidding. So many.
Really shitting on everyone's career.
There's so many things now. Like,
there are
and
a lot
you're
of
the
things.
queen of things. So like, I feel like we got to get some. Like, what are you doing now that you're into? Because I feel like every time I talk to you, you're into something new, and I like want to hear about this because I feel like all these people don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, well, I
Morpheus.
like this. I like
Morpheus
this.
Morpheus is a new thing.
Morpheus is a new thing. I'm doing it on my stomach next week. Which I feel like a lot of people aren't into that.
Morpheus is about skin tightening.
It's about skin tightening.
And like we both work hard on our bodies. We eat well, we work out, but there is that freaking skin pooch stuff.
Yeah, well, 4 kids
style.
later, there's just certain things
Yeah.
like you cannot do that will fix
The skin.
the skin. And listen, to each their own. Some people don't care. For me, it's something that really bothers me. And so
I'm excited to see it because you don't have a lot of area to tighten up. So it's like, I feel like when you have less area to tighten, it's like,
harder to do.
It's harder to do. Like
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of fat there, but it's all like.
It's loose skin.
skin,
yeah.
yeah.
When I'm blow drying my hair, there's
bending over naked. You see the.
Well, that's what exactly, right?
Oh.
There's things
what
that
blow dryer do
hang.
you use? Are you a Dyson girl?
No, I'm not a Dyson girl. I had the Dyson and it broke, and I was like, screw this. I think my hair dryer is from like Shoppers or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Dyson has actually good customer service. I was like somewhere random, the head broke and they gave me one. I mean, I had to pay for it.
Oh,
So maybe not.
doesn't sound like it was that good customers.
Just like a Dyson store in like the middle of
They
nowhere.
answered right away. I think that's the thing. You have such low expectations on customer service that when someone probably picks up the phone
Yeah.
right away.
I'm like, do you guys? And they had the attachment for the blow dryer that I needed. It was just incredible.
Oh,
Yeah, it was weird. But
okay.
I do appreciate good customer service. I really appreciate good customer.
So
I wonder.
rare.
Yeah, we figured it out with the customer service by the end. We had some ups and downs with our business.
Customer service, we went online. Customer service was everything.
Yeah.
There were people who were like,
I never got my package.
never
I
got
got
my
this
package.
dress in an extra large in purple, and we're like, oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like just not responding to emails. And then like we would get these
Yeah,
messages.
the best was like you get because now with everyone so reachable, right? So there'd be customer service inquiries. Then we had like a chat where we could like talk to them. But then because you were managing social, people would blow you up on social. Your full job was like manage. Like you had so much conflict management with that social account. Like it stresses me out thinking about what you had to do.
There was a lot.
What were you saying that there was someone that said a few things recently? What were they about? The questions. Or like there were questions that were about you. I was like, great.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because everyone knows, like it's very funny with this social thing. Like we used to both contribute and be online, but since all this stuff, like I've just taken
you're
a
off.
break.
You're
so
off.
like I don't look at the messages. I don't like see anything. So
We can see. Okay, so one of the questions was actually randomly about your hernia, and we've gotten a lot of questions about that.
okay.
About like who did you go to?
I don't want to. I don't want to recommend him.
You didn't like him.
My surgery turned out fine. I didn't love the experience with him.
I think he had bad bedside manner.
Yes, he did.
I feel like you should say his name.
what are you today? You're like outing everyone.
Well, I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't-
These people, this is our community. And I feel like he is a
We'll
big
I'm not saying it. We'll put it in the link.
in the link.
If you want to know, I feel bad. I'll put it in the link.
Okay.
No, listen. Okay. Well, it depends what you care about. He did it. I'll just, let's go. Okay. It came recommended through a friend. Okay. I have a hernia in my belly button. It's always been disgusting.
Yeah,
there was a
umbilical
song when I
hernia.
was little, Baby Beluga. I had like a blue vein going through the belly button that also was like a horrible look. So it was like big blue and like looked like I had like a mini small penis on my stomach that when I
I feel
pushed
like we've
out-
talked about this.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to give people this was the question. I wasn't
No, for sure.
just trying to give people how bad my belly button was, okay? It was like I could when I wore one pieces, tight shirts. When I was pregnant, it was horrible. Anyways, it was a herniated
Belly button.
umbilical cord that never umbilical cord?
Umbilical hernia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
umbilical hernia that never got fixed. And after 3 pregnancies, it got worse and worse, and it caused a lot of pain. Like I couldn't certain breathing exercises, or when I was wearing certain jeans at the cut, it was uncomfortable. So I
Did
went
you ever
to
tape over it when you
yes,
were pregnant?
of course, but I had so many band-aids. I used to get like those like thick band-aids and put it over the belly button.
Right.
So a friend had gone to him. She said he was a little quirky and weird, but OHIP covered it. It was through this. At the same time, I was getting my boobs done, and I was like, I'm going under. Like, Dr. Brown, just let's go. Do it all. You know? And he was like, I can't. Like, he didn't specialize that. And my hernia was actually quite specific. So I had to go to a specialist. Went into the appointment. He's sitting there. Hi. Standing there. It wasn't like, come sit down in my office. So he goes, come over here. And he's standing beside his like chair. So
Were
I walk
you
up,
in your clothes?
I'm in my clothes. I walk up. He goes, what's the problem? I'm like, I think I have a herniated belly button, just so everyone can see. I undo my pants. I'm not sitting. I'm not in a gown. I undo my pants. He's like this close to me. And he takes his hand and he goes, and he just starts
How far? Wait, you're going really far down.
No, well, my hernia's here, but he was like, sorry. He had to feel my groin because I had something, a little thing here.
But he didn't preface it by saying, I am
Are
going.
you comfortable? It was like I was getting fingered by, he was like, and I was looking at him and
I
he's like,
feel like we can't say who this doctor is now because I feel like he's going to get his
feeling around,
license
looking, and
taken
I'm just
away.
like, I wasn't getting assaulted, but there should have been, hi, I'm Dr. So, like, it was very much, what's the problem? Let's go to business. And I was like, I get that this is maybe a rushed appointment, but I could have used it felt very uncomfortable after. And I was like, and then I had an episode with the secretary.
I remember that.
You remember what happened?
I can't remember, but I just remember there was an
upset
episode.
because I needed to get the surgery, and it was just, shit with the Canadian system and OHIP, and they were just kind of like not getting back to me or dicking me around, and I can be a little forward sometimes. So I called and I'm like, I think I just like needed to know what was going on, and the secretary is lovely, but wasn't able to give me an answer. I'm like, well, can you just speak to the doctor? Like, I don't think I was a total bitch, but I probably could have been nicer. And then he picked up to call me back, and he was like, why did you speak to my secretary that way?
Oh, yeah.
It's completely inappropriate. I'm like, sorry, what did I say to your secretary that was so inappropriate that I defended myself, and he did not like that. So overall, my whole experience was not good, but my belly button.
But did you take that opportunity? Your belly button looks great.
You can see
flat.
I've got a little scar, but it's like flat. I actually think it's herniated because
no, Lanny, your old belly button was literally out to here.
It's weird, but it is better now, and I can wear bathing suits and feel fine. And if you need to do it because it's painful, you should for sure do it, but just not with this creep.
Okay, so
unless you just care about the results
I'll
and you're good
respond
getting
to
F blasted.
the
real
person
quick.
who DM'd us to not use that.
Yeah, like
I feel like you should have taken that time when he reamed you out to be like, you know what you did?
yeah,
You want to talk about making people feel uncomfortable?
yeah. Oh my God, is that Sarah? She's coming.
Sarah's
That's
here.
so cute,
Sarah's
you
coming today.
guys.
Yeah, it's a full family
Yay.
affair today.
Right?
Hey.
It's a full family
Oh my
affair.
gosh, should she come on come on?
Hey, Sarah, you want to come on the podcast? We're just recording.
Why?
Come on. You want to say hi? So cute. I was actually going to say something about that. You know who we actually also did get a DM from?
Who?
I always forget who's listening. Is Zaltz's daughter.
I see. That's a doctor love. He has. So some people think because he's just like kind of quirky, his bedside manner is my absolute favorite. He is to the point. He lets you know when there's something serious. He's so personable. We talk about traveling. I love Dr. Zalt, and he's a male gyno. He could go at me all day long. I feel comfortable. No, I would sit there in the straddle. Like I would just be like, let's go.
in the straddle.
He goes, pretend like we're on the beach. I go, you don't even need to do that. I'm good.
Pretend like we're on the beach.
No, relax on the beach, open up legs. When he does floppy legs before he goes in. You're in this chair, just so you know. Once again, not these most comfortable situations. Your feet are in a stirrup and he's checking on the baby. So he's got to go up there. He's got to feel around. He's got to do a bunch of stuff. Or for a pat, it's not the most comfortable thing. You got to make someone feel comfortable in that moment.
Right.
So the beach thing, I'm comfortable. See,
Right.
Very different bedside manners.
Did you wax before all your appointments?
For results? Nah. What? You waxed results?
I feel like for any appointment where I know people are going down there, I want to check and make sure I know what's going on. I just don't want them to go in there willy-nilly.
I couldn't see by the end. Literally had no idea what was going on.
So you're just like, whatever.
I had to ask for some feedback sometimes. It was hard. And how do you take care of yourself? On the floor? Blind. It's blind then.
No, I think
You're
I was
getting
going
waxing.
for, you're getting, yeah, I don't, because I wasn't lasering at that point, so I'd go for waxing. And it's so painful because you're so sensitive.
I went for waxing. I went for waxing every few months though. I always went before my labor, 100%.
Yeah. Baby seal ready to go.
Ready
I always
to go.
laughed at those women who went in for C-sections with like full hair and makeup done.
Someone shit on this girl for looking like this
Oh, I remember that.
model on
Yes.
Instagram after. And we were both, and everyone was like, who looks like that after they get a baby? This girl wants to look like that after she had a baby.
Yeah.
Who cares? What's it to you? So she has a full face of makeup. Like,
Yeah.
But I also did that.
I
I
was
would
just
bring
like,
curling irons. I would bring my makeup. I knew people were
I
coming to see me.
had night labors. So coming in like and seeing people all done up was just like I came in with pimple cream on and like I did not look
Not
cute.
me.
I did
my
not
hair
look
was
cute.
always done. I remember contractions were happening with Jones. I was waving my hair. Let's go. Waving my
That's
hair.
actually give her the mic. Give her the mic. Yeah.
Nice. Speak, child.
What do you see, Sarah?
I see people with like full glam with their babies in their hands. They got their lashes done, their hair curled. But I was gonna say before, I've never been waxed before. Ever.
What?
Yeah, only laser.
What do you
Never
Oh.
done
God.
wax.
Whoa,
Don't
raw
tell,
guy.
don't tell
I know.
Dave.
No. Why? Dave only needs a waxed woman?
No, opposite.
he
He's
likes
coming
a bush.
for you. He's
Oh
coming.
no, I did hear him say. What did he say?
Yeah,
He likes
I-
a bush.
We actually have
Ryan
to
obviously likes a bush.
talk about that because Dave
Wait, I nodded to the wrong thing. yeah.
She goes, yeah.
he does.
Look at Ryan. How could he not like a bush?
No,
He's Mr. Hair. Oh, he doesn't like a bush.
Well, no, he doesn't care. I never let it go to a bush though.
So you trim it.
I don't use scissors.
What do you
know,
use?
Though? I had a
You would
doctor.
be good at it. She's so
I love
precise.
how Sarah's just coming right on the pod and talking
Yeah,
about.
sorry. I was like, I'm gonna come stare at you guys. Hopefully not make you feel uncomfortable. But when I was 16, I had this doctor and I was going to pool parties and hanging out and I had all of these razor burn bumps. And so I went to the doctor and I was like, I really need something like
Yeah.
to fix this. And he's like, no, you just trim it with scissors. Don't shave. And I'm like, I'm not 16 years old going to a pool party with trimmed vagina.
Side hair.
you need to
Well,
you
also,
don't trim side hair.
No.
And it needs to be removed. The
Yes.
side stuff needs to be removed.
Sorry, a question. Was this a man who said this?
A male doctor.
Yeah.
So I got a female
That's your
doctor.
first
She
problem.
prescribed me like an acne medication basically for ingrown
Oh,
hairs.
because
Anyways,
it's
he didn't
hard.
understand.
Because of shaving, it's the pimps. It's
Yeah,
the pimps.
you
And
get
that
the
area
bumps.
is the worst. You're so hot. It's like girls and vaginas. It's annoying. Like
Now
I would.
that I have laser, would 100% do it.
Well, yeah. There's no way to go back. But when you
Dave,
but
Dave
the
made
problem
me
is
feel
when,
a little.
but
Like
when you have
after-
young kids, you also can't do laser, right? Like you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, your hormones change so much that they recommend, like, I got laser on my arms before I had kids for like 2 years. It actually fully worked. Like, I have not a hair. But like when I did it on like my stash or like my legs, it fully came back.
I
Oh,
literally
yeah.
It's
haven't
like
done
one
it
of
for
those
a while.
wastes of
It's-
money. And I feel like
yeah.
the technology changes so much with machines
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah.
I kept I got my legs waxed and I kept my strip. I was so proud. I like went
Your
in my
jewelry
book.
box.
I don't know. It went somewhere. And I was like, this is disgusting. You can see like the hair follicles. I was like, I'm so proud, mama.
How does that keep? Do you still have that?
No, for sure not. My mom threw it out
hope
probably
not.
the second I brought that home. She wouldn't let that shit in my house.
No, I feel like she would hose you down. She would make you strip naked after camp and just like literally hose you down before
there
you
was
got
like
in the house.
there are germs on you that I would never want to see. I was like, this feels odd.
I was gonna say because we were gonna talk about this was that Dave got a lot of messages.
I know. Well, the opener was pretty strong. He came on clear that who he was, what he was looking for. But yeah, he got a lot. I talked to him after. First of all, the response of the podcast was incredible, which is just like so great for all of us because for people to be aware of it and
Yeah.
we're getting a little more involved with this charity. It's really nice. But yeah, he's such a character. And the fact of the matter is like he knows every person in Toronto. Like when a Jew knows someone and they grow up here, it's like, it's like every walk of life. So I also forget who's listening to this, and it's very funny who reached out to him, the dates that he got. Like, you got some numbers.
Got a lot of messages.
Mhm.
Even I went to some clients after that podcast release and they were like, oh, I know him. I knew him from this walk of life. Or I went to camp with him.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
all
I was
the-
out with a group of girls. One of them was single. She's like, what's his deal? I'm like,
You're like,
well,
do you have a bush?
yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah, what
like,
do you
if
say?
you
He's like
don't- I'm like-
mouthful of bush.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, way to be PG.
Yeah, honestly.
A mouthful of bush.
Whoa.
Not the beer.
Also, just like, yeah, we don't have to get graphic, but it's just like, guys, it's easier. It's external. It's like so easy. But if you had a small penis, it would suck.
To have a bush?
No, if you, I always think guys versus girls in terms of their private parts. Like, what would I prefer if
Oh, yeah.
with a guy, if you have a small dick, there's nothing you can do. And it's shitty. If you have boobs, you can get them fixed. If you have a gross vagina, you can figure out the hair situation. Like with penises, it's like you got what you
that's a
got.
complex.
I mean, I feel like there are things maybe you can do. I think like
Is the Swedish penis enlarger a real thing?
Viagra from Austin Powers, the pump. Anyways,
how
I
we
feel
for
like
time,
that's it.
right?
Yeah, I think we did. This was a pretty good solo.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little
Sarah,
boring
thanks for
to
coming
start with.
on. Was it a
into
solo?
this.
Was a guest?
Yeah, it was a
Guest
guest.
appearance.
Guys, and everyone, this is Sarah, Ryan's girlfriend, who we love and adore. She's been doing our nails forever. That's how we met Ryan. And she's the best of the best.
She is.
Probably can't even take you anymore, to be honest. So don't even reach out.
I wish I had more time in a day. I'm so sorry. I'm
I
just
know.
one person with two hands.
I know.
But no, I'm so thankful to have met you guys. And it's so funny how now we're just like a little family and we just do
Just
so many
chill
things
here
with you
all
guys.
the time.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love it. Okay, guys. Well,
Till next time. Who's coming on next?
we have Skin by V coming on next week.
Oh, speaking of which, I just got the biggest pimple. I have got to go to my girl right now. She's going to zap it.
Ooh, okay.
This one. I'm like, she's like, whatever you do, don't pick. She's like, when you pick your skin, it's so annoying because I do all this work and then you take
Gets
me back.
worse. Do you ever
Like,
do cortisone shots still?
I used to, but I used to get scars. That's why I have this one.
Mm.
See, I have like those ones. I used to get really bad
Like indentations.
indentations because you'd go to someone and they would
Yeah,
like,
they weren't an expert and they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, but
well, Skin
pimple-
by V is an expert and she knows her shit.
and I'm really excited to hear about her because people rave about her. I've never seen her personally, but like skin is such, we could talk about skin. Like that
All
is one
day.
thing. I don't care about makeup or whatever, but skin, I've struggled with it. It's like such a thing for me. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to pick her brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. No, she's amazing.
Okay.
And also,
Yeah.
we have Ashley Audrain coming on next month. I have the Whispers book for you.
No, you don't.
Yes.
I am so,
Early
I have not
release,
been into
baby.
reading. So we're in also a book club that like, I just like, when, I just have not been that social, nor did I want to be reading. I can't read or I can't focus very well right now. But however, her first book, The Push, I don't know, it was the most bone chilling, amazing novel. I think one of the best novels I've ever read.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting for the second book to come out and it's taken like 2 years Right?
It's taken a couple
Yeah.
years.
and we're going to have her. And she's just also is like the sweetest, loveliest
she's
lady.
the opposite of what
you would
think
picture.
she would be like. And even she was talking about like the writing process and all this shit. And it's so interesting, like how covers get decided,
Yeah.
titles. Like
Yeah.
she's got a lot of kind of insider intel.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited
So I
to
have your book and I think it comes out the first week in June. Pre-order it, guys, because I feel like you want to have
What's
read
it called
the book,
again?
The Whispers.
The Whispers.
By
And-
Ashley Audrain. So pre-order it. The
The-
podcast I think is like a week after the book comes out.
And her first book, which was called Push or The Push,
The Push. Yeah.
like it's out and you guys should read it first as a precursor to this. It's because it was incredible just to get a style for her,
It's
for her
a
writing and
It's
stuff.
a crazy book.
Yeah,
And she said her second book.
it's nuts. So this book
Yeah.
is supposed to be about a town, right? Like a small community where like there's friendships in like this neighborhood, but it's like really fucked up. Like there's
deceit. I
there's
think there's
deceit,
fucked
there's
up
just,
shit
like-
that goes on.
it's like I don't know. I feel like it's like Housewives, but like darker.
oh, totally. Oh,
Yeah.
if it's Ashley,
Ooh.
got some fucked up shit in it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
light reading.
Bye, guys.